certainly has an unusual name. But make no mistake, pickleball is addictive, and it is the fastest growing sport in America today. So put your questions aside and focus only on this one. Why haven't you played it yet? And while you ponder that, glue yourself into a chair and lock yourself into CBS Sports Network. Because right now, you're about to see the best players in the world battle it out from Naples, Florida. This is the U.S. Open Pickleball Championships. The Paradise Coast of Florida is synonymous with white sand beaches and the warm Gulf of Mexico waters, but it is also now synonymous with pickleball. Welcome to the inaugural U.S. Open Pickleball Championships presented by Minto here at East Naples Community Park in beautiful Naples, Florida. And hello, everybody. Dave Benz alongside multi-time champion in the sport, Rob Elliott. Rob, we're happy to have you along.
Thank you.
Pickleball is a sport that is exploding right now nationally.
It really is. It's growing internationally all over the place. People are playing and giving up their other sports because it's one of the most addictive sports out there right now.
7 countries represented in this tournament, in which we will crown a champion here today on CBS Sports Network. Let's get into the rules. A lot of people may be familiar, others may be not. The games will go to 11 points. It's the best of 3. Points can only be scored by serving underhand, and they can only be scored by the serving team. The ball must bounce also on the return in addition to on the serve, and there is a non-volley zone. And Rob, the dimensions of the court similar to badminton in a way.
It is. It's very similar, and they're 20 feet by 44. There's a 7-foot no volley zone each side, and the net is about 34 inches in the middle and 36 inches on the outside.
Yeah, and let's talk a little bit again about the serve. Obviously, it has to bounce when you have the serve, but also it has to bounce on the first return.
Yes, and it's very important what the player does at that point. They're either going to drop it back into the kitchen or they're going to hit a hard shot and follow it in.
And you talk about the kitchen, that is the affectionate term for the non-volley zone. What exactly is going on there?
The non-volley zone is where, in order to go in there, the ball has to bounce first. If not, it's a point for the opposing team.
And if the player goes in there and hits it, that's also a point for the opposing team.
Yes, it is.
All right, let's get you set as we are going to take our first time out. But when we come back, we will be bringing the action and crown a champion here on CBS Sports Network.
U.S. Open of Pickleball Championships on CBS Sports Network is being brought to you by Wilson, official sponsor of the U.S. Open Pickleball Championships. By Minto, Minto Communities, creating award-winning communities and new homes throughout Florida. And by DecoTurf, official surface of the U.S. Open Pickleball Championships.
And welcome back to beautiful Naples, Florida, and we are just about set for pickleball here at the East Naples Community Park. Your Women's Pro Doubles Championship match featuring Sarah Ansberry teamed up with Christine McGrath against Laura Fenton-Covanda and Corrine Carr. And let's take a look at how they got here, the road through the semifinals and to the finals. And both of these teams playing some impressive pickleball to get here to the championship.
They really did. If you look at Fenton and Carr, they had to beat Hamner and Lepore, 6-time national champions. So they had a hard road to get here.
And there's a good look at Christine McGrath, and believe it or not, she is 7 months pregnant. We'll expect her second daughter just 2 months from now. She actually played pregnant last year as well,
yes, she did.
This is nothing new to her. And despite giving birth to her first daughter last June, she was still the top money winner on tour last season.
She is. She's probably about around the 4th or 5th best player in the world.
Sarah Ansberry right there.
No, Sarah Ansberry's probably about 2nd, and you've got McGrath that's probably about 4th or 5th, and even being pregnant, as you mentioned, she's one of the best.
And there is a look at Corinne Carr. Corinne Carr, actually an interesting story. She was a golfer in college, played competitively at the University of South Carolina, and now she is going for her PhD at Michigan State. And there's a look at the final of our 4 competitors out here today. Laura Fenton Covanda lives in Columbus, Ohio, and she is a former racquetball champion.
She is. She was ranked #1 in the world, 3-time Olympic qualifier. So that shows the great diversity of pickleball. So you got tennis players, racquetball players, golfers getting into the game. And that shows the popularity right there.
And people may be new to pickleball, seeing it for the first time here on CBS Sports Network, Rob. Really, it is a combination of tennis, badminton, as well as ping pong. In fact, the first time I saw it, I thought, boy, if you could shrink yourself down and put yourself on a ping pong table, that's kind of what it is that you're doing.
Yeah, and everybody looks at it that way. And what really excites people is how fast it is. You know, being so quick and everything, and you slam the ball at it, and that's the excitement that brings everybody to the game.
Let's mention really quick DecoTurf and the job that they've done with the surface here. It is a cushioned playing surface. They actually put 11 layers down. It is a hard court, but if you stick your fingernail into it, you can feel that it's got a little bit of give, a little bit of cushioning, and it really helps with avoid injuries.
Your knees.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you're going to do, like a lot of people in tennis go to clay courts to play to save their body. And we all notice the difference here. You can actually play longer, and it doesn't wear you down as much.
And McGrath and Ansbury will be in the near court. And McGrath will begin the match with the serve. And both teams get a chance to have both players serve normally in the game, except the very start of the game, Rob. When the team that wins the right to serve and begin the match, they only get one player to serve, and then it's side out to the other side.
Yes, and that's part of the strategy, whether you take it if you win or not.
A little bit of discussion between Ansbury and McGrath, and we are just about underway here in Naples, Florida. Game 1 and a best of 3. And an unforced error and an early side out. And as I mentioned earlier, Ansbury earlier today, part of the mixed doubles championship along with Daniel Moore, she started that match with 8 consecutive points. Out of bounds by the line judge, and so now the serve will switch over from Carr to Fenton Covanda. And that is in, and a nice smash to the back line by Carr.
And you can see this strategy already starting to form with Corinne Carr and Laura going to the power game.
A little bit long, and an early 2-0 lead here for Fenton Covanda and Carr. Almost sounds like a law firm, doesn't it?
It does sound like it. What you're going to see with these women is interesting, is trying to figure out what their strategy is going to be and potentially how they change as the game goes along.
0-2-1.
Back-to-back smashes there by Ansbury, and the second one will yield some fruit. And the first point of the game for her side.
One, 2-1.
It's a beautiful evening here in Naples, Florida for the championship rounds. And a nice shot there by Carr that could not be handled.
Yeah, it looks like McGrath was expecting Sarah to cut in there and grab it, but
and now we get into a little bit of a dink game. It doesn't last too long, though.
Yeah, these women are very aggressive, and you know, you're going to probably see a lot less dinking here, and when it gets a little close, you might see that game kind of develop a little bit as maybe the nerves set in.
2-2-2.
Just over the net. Ansbury goes back to the baseline.
All right. Here now they're starting the dinking game. Here's where the strategy starts. and where to move the ball, waiting for somebody to go for it.
And the unforced error into the top of the net. So 3 consecutive points right now to take over the lead.
3-2-2.
Yep. Here you go. You look at the shots, and it's just unfortunate Laura missed that last put-away shot. Oh, she didn't miss that one, though.
And that is legal. If you can hit it into the player, that is a point for your side, or a side out, I guess, if your side wasn't serving.
Yep, it is. And you're going to see that's part of the strategy and the excitement of the sport.
The great thing about this sport, Rob, is it can be played by pretty much any age group.
Yes, it can. As you mentioned, the youngest we had here was 12, and he's at such a level that he didn't even play a juniors. He actually played in the adult brackets.
All the way up to age 89 represented here this week.
All right. Here we go. So it looks a little bit like the strategy is basically hitting to McGrath, and on the Carr and Laura Fenton, they're going to pick on Laura a little bit.
And Carr couldn't handle that one. The winner for
Please in
McGrath.
the crowd, do not help the referees. Guys, please.
Wayne Hugley with some words for the crowd, one of the more gregarious officials you will
They're making
find.
the calls. Thank you very much.
Nice reflexes there by McGrath.
3, 2, 1. Oh, ma'am.
Interesting thing about McGrath, she started playing pickleball in 2014. She has medaled in every tournament she's ever entered.
Yeah, she has. She comes with a tennis background, which has helped her, but she's just a tremendous athlete.
A great dink there, and Hansberry unable to get to it.
3, 2, 2. Point.
Yeah, there, Laura had a hard time with from McGrath.
4, 2, 2.
Hansberry and McGrath kept back at the baseline momentarily. Now they get into the dinking game and the unforced error.
Yeah, and that's part of the strategy. What you really want to do in the return of serves is to hit it deep. Keep that team back as far as you can, because once you get to the
5,
net,
2, 2.
it's pretty much anyone's game at that point.
That was the 5th unforced error for Fenton, Cavanda, and Carr in this match. And now the side out. Carr will take over the serve.
2, 5, 1.
Try to close this gap after 5 consecutive points for Hansberry and McGrath.
And that was a great drop shot from Laura. And you can see this once the serving team gets the ball back. They're either going to drop it or they're going to actually try to drive the ball. And it's really a strategy decision what to do. So here, so Carr just dropped it as she can work her way into the kitchen.
Again, you cannot go into the kitchen unless a ball that is hit bounces in the kitchen.
That is correct. It's either it's basically a loss of a point at that point, moving over to the other side or to your second server. An aggressive stance of McGrath right off the bat.
5, 3, 1.
So Hansberry with the serve up 5-3.
It's a great attack by Carr there.
Corinne Carr, mentioned the
5, 3,
golfer
2.
at University of South Carolina, attending Michigan State. She's from Pinehurst, North Carolina.
And there's another great shot from her. She's just a great all-around athlete. And one great thing about Carr is that her aggressiveness, and we're seeing that with some of the players now, especially with some of the newer ones coming in. I mean, they're just taking charge.
3, 5, 1.
And the smash and the put away there. Nicely executed by McGrath. McGrath, who played tennis at the U.S. Military Academy when she was younger.
That was a great move by Carr. You can see how she snuck in behind her drop shot to take advantage of a weak shot, and there she took another advantage.
Carr has turned things up a little bit here in the last few moments of this match to get it back within a point.
5-2.
As you can see on that spot where Amesbury started serving, but you can see McGrath on the side there.
Oh, nice drop shot to the baseline, the volley. The lob, I should say, excuse me.
Yeah, you can see little strategies where people line up. Okay, so right.
5-5-2.
Beautifully executed lob.
Yep, this Carrigan taking the offense. Oh.
Another unforced error, however.
Yeah, you can see there where Laura was forced back at the baseline. That's a strategy, trying to force someone back, because it's basically a disadvantage to be in the back of the court. Great reflexes by Fenton there.
Fenton Cavanda, that was impressive, to say the least. And we've got a great start here to the women's doubles championship.
Okay, here we go. And there's the smash, and Laura just going for it, and it really worked out. Sarah couldn't handle it.
Back to live action, off the net. And Ansbury gets into a dinking game. Carr says, I'm not going to play that for very long. But then the point.
Yeah, that's a great ability of McGrath there to block the pounding from Carr there.
Yes, ma'am, it is. 6-5-2.
Again, the game is 2-11. You must win by 2.
All right, here they're starting the strategy again, just trying to set up the point. You can see that they're not heading into the kitchen, which you can't unless the ball bounces in there. And right now it's in the air, which you need to stay out of the kitchen there unless it bounces.
Rob, I've noticed that a lot of times, even when the ball does bounce in the kitchen, that the player won't even go in because you're so trained to not going into the kitchen.
Well, what it is if you actually go in the kitchen, here we are with the replay. You can see the setup here with the great angle. It pulled Ansbury back. But part of that strategy is they don't go into the kitchen, because if you're caught in there and they hit you with a ball in the air, it's actually their point.
Oh, and a beautiful shot down the line. It sneaks in to get this thing back to a 6-6 game.
Yeah, here, look, Fenton. What a great block.
Now Fenton serving to try and get her team the lead. Instead, it's going to be a change of server, as Carr now will get an opportunity.
Here it is. Ansbury's getting a little aggressive, taking a little bit more of the court.
Ansbury really getting aggressive, and it results in a side out. Mentions the way she started the match in mixed doubles. She said it was important to get off to a good start. She's taken it upon her own shoulders here to get her team off to a good start. And the women's doubles. And that shot by Carr is wide.
Yeah, you can see some of the strategies coming here, and a lot of times the stronger player of the two are going to be on the side with their forehands down the middle, so on what in pickleball they call the odd side. So as you can see, Ansbury's on her side of the court because she's a little bit of a stronger player and more of an attacking type player.
And another point. Timeout will be taken here by Fenton Cavanda and Carr, as Ansbury and McGrath are trying to close in on taking game 1 back to Naples after this timeout.
U.S. Open of Pickleball Championships on CBS Sports Network is being brought to you by Pickleball Central. Pickleball Central, the Pickleball Superstore. By Zing Zang, not just another Bloody Mary mix. And by Convention and Visitors Bureau, Florida's Paradise Coast.
Here in Naples, Florida, as we resume play in game 1 of the women's pro doubles. And while we were in that scenic quick point scored, so make it, or excuse me, a quick change of serve as it was into the net, so still 8-6.
Great hands by Carr there. Okay. And here's the strategy. They're just going to, Carr takes the first offense, and there you go.
So Carr forces the side out, and a great use of the timeout by Fenton Cavanda, and Carr is...
Oh, here you go, the aggressive there. Carr just takes advantage of the point.
And they get the serve back. One thing that's really striking to me, Rob, is the pace of play in this sport.
What a great shot.
It really was just perfectly placed there by Carr.
Yep, just pulled off the court and just rolled over the ball for a sharp angle winner. Oh, here, yep, what a great, amazing shot by Carr.
7-8-1.
Yeah, the game has been changing. It was a much slower pace, but recently the game's actually speeding up. As you can see here, you know, they're going to offense a lot faster, taking advantage of every little mishit.
Carr hits it long. Fenton Cavanda will take over. An estimated 2 million players right now playing pickleball in the United States. They're thinking it could be up to 8 million by 2018. That's how quickly this sport is expanding. And the point by Fenton Cavanda.
Yeah, there's Carr again, looking for the ball down the middle and just going on the offense.
8-8-2.
So knotted up at 8-8. Remember, it is 2-11, but you must win by 2. And the way this match has been going early on, this game could very well be a game that goes beyond 11. Side out gets the serve back over to Ansbury McGrath, and McGrath will
8-8-1.
be the first to serve here.
And a new thing you guys everybody can make note of is with McGrath in particular, the two-handed backhand. It's kind of a new thing with pickleball. It usually was a one-hand, but with all the new players coming in, it's becoming pretty popular to have a two-handed backhand.
9-8-1.
McGrath gets the point and the lead. And now just a point away from an early 1-0 advantage in this match.
10-8-1. Second server.
Is McGrath trying to drop the ball into the kitchen as one of the strategy to help her way in to get a little closer to the net?
10-8-2.
So Ansbury, they do not want to let Fenton Cavanda and Carr get the serve back, and they will not. They will win game 1, 11-8, and look to try and close the match out in 2 games here in Naples. And one more look at the winning shot for game 1.
And that was a great shot from McGrath, just not waiting around at all, just going right for it.
We'll take a timeout here from Naples, Florida. Game 2 coming your way after this here on CBS Sports Network.
U.S. Open of Pickleball Championships on CBS Sports Network is being brought to you by the U.S. Open. Save the date for the 2017 U.S. Open Pickleball Championships in Naples, Florida, April 25th through 30th. By Paddle Tech, the official paddle of the U.S. Open Pickleball Championships. And by Pickleball X, powered by Franklin Sports.
And back here in Naples, Florida, we are in the Women's Doubles Pro Division Championship. A look at some of the stats from the first game. 11 unforced errors for Fenton Cavanda Carr, but it wasn't enough as they ended up falling in the first game. So this will be a crucial game here for both sides as Asbury and McGrath want to close this things out. Fenton Cavanda and Carr want to get it to a 3rd game in the best of 3, and Carr will start off with the serve here in game 2.
And there's McGrath just taking it right to Fenton there, not getting into that slow dinking game, just taking going to the offense right away.
0-0-1.
McGrath, 29 years old. McGrath pushes it right into the net, so the serve will move over to her teammate, Sarah Ansbury. Sarah, 33 years old, a tennis pro out in the Northwest, lives in Portland, Oregon.
There's the two-handed backhand again we were talking about a little bit ago from Carr there. That's becoming more and more popular.
Yeah, the way she was smashing it, she was keeping both of her teammates along the baseline, which is something you want to be doing.
Yeah, you definitely do. You have definitely an advantage. If you're at the net and your opponents are back, it's pretty much 90% of the time you're going to win the point.
Here we go.
And a little bit of a dispute here is Wayne Mugley, the official, pulls both sides to center court. I thought it was going to be side out, but Ansbury was looking like she wanted to serve.
I think those are. Yeah, I think that was a little bit of a line call. They're just checking with each other.
The line call was not heard by Wayne Mugley. And you heard
All
Wayne
set, everybody ready?
apologize there.
1-0-2.
So Ansbury retains the serve, and there was a point, so they did call that shot as
Head out.
being favorable for Ansbury McGrath, and now we do get the side out.
And as you can see, the stacking
0-1.
that Ansbury and McGrath are doing right now, again, very popular to keep the stronger person on one side of the court. That's a great shot by McGrath.
So Fenton Cavanda now will serve as we get another look at it.
Yeah, that's just a perfect shot, perfect placement.
Point.
Ansbury tries to get a little bit aggressive, and instead it's the point to tie it up at one apiece. Dave Benz, Rob Elliott, and our CBS Sports Network crew along with you here from Naples, Florida, the inaugural Minto U.S. Open Pickleball Championships.
Yeah, and there's just another, I'm not sure if Laura Fenton was expecting something different or anything. It was kind of caught her off guard a little bit there.
What a shot.
Point.
They rule it out. It looked initially to me like it was going to be in. Instead it is the point, so 2-1.
Oh, what a great reply to McGrath's great shot there.
Yeah, Corinne Carr. So now McGrath will serve.
2-1-2.
Now we do get into a little bit of a dinking game, but not for long. And well-placed shot by McGrath. It just does fall in bounds.
Three, 1-2.
Oh, and there's Carr going on the offense by herself there.
Yeah.
I think, and it got McGrath in the head, I think.
Right in the noggin, indeed.
Yeah.
1-3-1.
And a great drop shot by Carr.
Any server.
A little too aggressive, I think, there.
Another look at it.
Yep. Yeah, she went for it,
1-3-2.
trying to save herself not to fall into the no volley zone there.
Affectionately referred to as the kitchen, that 7-foot area right in front of the net.
And another great shot by McGrath.
So Ansbury McGrath already up 1-0 and an early 3-1 lead. Off the net, Ansbury able to get to it, and then Cavanda Fenton sends it out of bounds.
Oh, and then here's another timeout.
So a timeout to try and stem the momentum here in Naples as it's a 4-1 advantage for Ansbury McGrath. Back to Naples after this timeout. Back here in Naples, a 4-1 lead for Ansbury McGrath And looking to extend the lead, but instead the unforced error, and that'll move the serve over to McGrath.
4-1-2.
Oh, yeah, it's Ansbury taking advantage of that high shot.
Cavanda saying, come on, they know that this is a crucial part of this match. A 5-1 deficit, already down 1-0 in the best of 3.
Oh, great save by Ansbury there at her feet. Couldn't follow up with it.
So Fenton, Cavanda, and Carr will get the serve back.
1-5-1.
People at home may be saying pickleball. How did they come up with a name like pickleball, as the serve will move over to Carr? Game was actually
1-5-2.
invented in 1965 in Bainbridge Island and earned its name because one of the inventor's dogs, Joel Pritchard, Barney McCullum, is considered, or excuse me, McMullum is considered the other father of the sport. But Joel Pritchard's dog's name was Pickles, and he would chase down the ball.
Yeah, and so they decided on calling it pickleball.
2-5-2.
What a great shot by Ansbury there, looking for that high shot and poaching.
Side out, one more look at it.
And there's Ansbury just really concentrating on the ball, seeing where it's going.
Cavanda couldn't react in time.
Yeah, players at this level, they're just so good at reading the body language, and they're looking at the paddle face and which angle it is, and trying to read that ball so they can react fast enough to it. And there's a third shot by McGrath that was a little too high, and Fenton took advantage of it.
So the serve goes back over now.
May I ask,
to
my
Fenton, Cavanda, and
please,
Carr.
while they're playing, do not be moving behind the players. We really would appreciate it. Thank you. It is
Mugley
distracting.
asking the
Thank
crowd
you.
here to remain
2-5-1.
still while play is going on. Oh, what a shot! Perfectly played and perfectly placed there by McGrath.
2-5-2.
So now Fenton, Cavanda.
And McGrath being able to keep Fenton and Carr back at the baseline, which gives a definite advantage to McGrath and Ansbury.
And neither one of them were able to get up towards the kitchen, and they forced the side out.
5-2-1.
Cavanda and Carr, though, have been hanging in this game by not really allowing Ansbury and McGrath to get on any kind of a run. Although that misfire there will get it to a 6-2 lead.
Yeah, Ansbury and McGrath are doing a great job being aggressive and really putting a lot behind the ball there, forcing a lot of unforced errors. Oh, and another great shot by Ansbury, right down the middle.
You mentioned earlier today to me that Ansbury, the second-ranked women's player unofficially in the world, and showing it off today.
Yeah, she definitely is.
7-2-1.
Mentioned she already won the women's doubles title for the age 19-plus group along with McGrath on Wednesday. Was part of the mixed doubles championship with Daniel Moore earlier today, and now
what a
puts
great
it with
play.
a decisive lead.
And that just shows how fast the sport can get right there, with everybody having incredible reaction time.
McGrath just puts it away.
Oh. Here's another timeout called.
Second and final timeout taken by Fenton, Cavanda, and Carr. They'll try for one last push after this. Back here in Naples, Florida, pretty good turnout here at East Naples Community Park for the Women's Pro Doubles Championship. And we mentioned earlier the history of pickleball started in 1965. Really caught on with the senior community, Rob, in 2008. But the average age of players of pickleball has been dropping steadily.
It really has. It's really dropping down into the 2030s. But it's a great thing that everybody can play. Grandparents, their grandchildren, and it's a great sport for the whole family to get together and travel the country and even play just local tournaments at the local park.
The size of the court and the fact that you're using a wiffle ball, which goes about a third of the speed of a tennis ball, really kind of neutralizes any athletic advantage that younger players might have. And players who are older, 50s, 60s even, they can play strategically and hang in there with the younger players.
They can. I mean, some of the top players that we play with are, I mean, we're in our 40s and we play with 60, 70-year-olds and have great matches with them.
What a smash there by Ansbury.
9-1.
So now a huge 9-2 lead, 2 points away from winning the championship. But the unforced error, and that will move the serve over to McGrath.
It'll be interesting to see here if there's any strategy changes by Carr and Fenton here, where they're down a set and down 10-2 right now.
Right now it is championship points. As McGrath looks to serve for the title. And instead, Fenton Cavanda has other ideas, gets the serve back to her side by hitting it right into McGrath, who is, as we mentioned, 7 months pregnant, expecting her second daughter. This will be her final match before she stops play to give birth to her girl, baby girl. So now Fenton Cavanda, the former racquetball player, in essence, final chance here to keep this match alive, because you figure get the serve back over to the other side, it is going to be tough sledding.
And there's Carr trying to take advantage of a high ball, but just couldn't take it.
So now McGrath again with a chance to serve out the match.
And a great shot by Carr there to keep McGrath back.
So Carr and Fenton Cavanda hanging in. Ansbury now. She will try to close this out.
10-2.
What aggressive play at the net by both sides. It goes into Carr, and that will do it. Ansbury McGrath. They win game 2 in decisive fashion, 11-2, and win the championship 11-8, 11-2.
And that's amazing to see the athleticism in them, to be able to stay in there with that many bangs and having that reaction time to keep the point going.
The reflexes were amazing on both sides, but they were just a little bit better
exciting
for McGrath and Ansbury.
And this is the part that makes the game so much fun, is what you just saw right there, is that going back and forth in the speed and the reaction time, and that's really what's enticing people to love the sport.
So congratulations all around. We're going to take a quick time out. When we come back, we will hear from the winners, and they will be presented with their prize money here in Naples, Florida. And welcome back, 11-8, 11-2, as you look at championship point here for Sarah Ansbury and Christine McGrath. They are your inaugural Minto U.S. Open Pickleball champions in women's pro doubles. And take a look at some of the final statistics. 20 unforced errors by Fenton Cavanda and Carr, part of the reason why they were unable to mount more of a obstacle here this afternoon. And let's welcome in the Collier County Commissioner, Donna Fiala. Donna, you have a presentation for these ladies.
Oh, I sure do. It was so much fun watching them. Can I say that before I give them their prize?
Absolutely.
Oh, you guys are wonderful, really. I've never seen such a great game. Christine This is from everyone. Sarah, this is from, you guys did wonderfully. Thank you so much.
All right, Donna, and thanks for having us here. And Christine, let's begin with you. 7 months pregnant, this is nothing new. You did it last year, but I know a lot of people at home are amazed at the level that you're able to play at while carrying your second child.
Yeah, I'm grateful that I've been healthy and the baby's healthy, and the OB gave me the 100% okay to play, and I got to come out here for the first U.S. Open Pickleball Championships, and it was awesome.
And you're taking home a couple of titles. I know you guys won the 19 and over division as well on Wednesday, and you won the mixed doubles pro division title earlier here today. So I'd say you've had a pretty good week.
It's been fantastic. It's great to be on the court 2 times in a row for those first 2 matches for the first U.S. Open, and you kind of can't miss that. It's been phenomenal. I can't ask for anything more.
Congratulations to you both. Enjoy the prize money, and your name will go down in the record books as the inaugural Women's Pro Division Doubles Champs. That's got to feel good. And we were happy that you made us a part of your television afternoon as the championship round goes to Ansbury McGrath here in Women's Pro Division Doubles. 11-8, 11-2, the final from Naples, Florida. For everybody here at CBS Sports Network, I'm Dave Bent saying so long. Thanks for watching.